You're watching Drake's Migration Nation Season 8, powered by Hydra Trek. Previously on Drake's Migration Nation, Barney Califf battled changing winds and low water levels on the Missouri River, and despite the challenges, had a great hunt. Today, we catch up with Trey Crawford as he follows the migration into remote Saskatchewan to hunt with good friend Daryl Gilbert.
Get ready. Gonna be a good morning. Yeah.
Drake's Migration Nation is powered by Hydra Trek.
You know, Drake Elite team member and three-time world duck calling champion Trey Crawford has been a guest host on Migration Nation for several years. This year, he officially joins the ranks of regional host. And I, for one, am tickled to actually be on the same team as Trey as opposed to butting heads with him on Main Street down in Stuttgart, Arkansas. This week, we're going to tag along with Trey up in Saskatchewan, Canada for an awesome multi-species hunt.
This week we're in Saskatchewan, Canada. It's t-shirt weather here in Saskatchewan, November the 4th, 60-something degrees. The birds haven't pushed south, and unfortunately, there's no thing in the future that's going to force them to push south. There's so much food, so much water, no pressure, so why would they leave?
We're on the northern part of the Montana line headed into Canada. We had plans to film a hunt in Montana first part of November, which normally would be sub-freezing weather, a lot of bird activity, but not the case. Mother Nature has thrown us a curveball.
I called upon my friend Daryl Gilbert with Prairie Goose Outfitters based out of Cabri, Saskatchewan, and I asked him if he could help us. He put us on the X.
This is supposedly the speckled-belly capital of the world. Cabri, Saskatchewan, Canada. There's a lot of birds in this part of the country. November 1st. On we go.
Yeah, I've been hunting waterfowl for about 15 years now, guiding for about 10 of that. Got into it just as soon as I could have my own firearm. You know, licensing up in Canada, you're not allowed to have a gun until you're 18, so that's basically when I started hunting waterfowl. Shortly after that, got into the guiding side of things, just taking guys out. It's a lot of fun, you know, getting guys on birds and good hunts, showing them how it's done, but teaching guys to do it the right way, you know.
Just got here in Saskatchewan, Canada this afternoon, doing a little scouting. The amount of birds still here amaze me. I think that's going to be a lot of fun tomorrow.
Daryl found a field that was just crawling with every species of waterfowl you can imagine. It was one of those places where you know it's the X. It's not the W, it's not the Y, it's the X.
This morning, we're setting up in this wheat field here. There's a lot of uncut sections. We had a snowfall here a few weeks ago. It's a lot of down crop. They just can't get the combines out here and cut them right now. There's a little bit of standing water in this field. We just scouted this field last night. We're saying there was about 20,000 birds, a bit of mixed specks, snows, blues, Rosses, and a bunch of mallards flying around here. So we're getting a white rig out today. We're gonna hide in whites. Just kills the specks right on your head. And we'll finish up this decoy spread here and get at some birds this morning.
To keep up with all the hunting action, check us out on the web. Season 8 of Drake's Migration Nation is powered by Hydra Trek, Rio Ammunition, share the experience, Mojo Outdoors, it ain't magic if it ain't Mojo, boss drives. Take charge. Prodigy Boats. And by Drake Waterfowl Systems, innovators in waterfowl hunting.
Well, we got jacked up, got stuck, had to unhook the trailer, move the trailer around, hook back up. We're gonna do the best we can. And if you've never been in this situation, all I can tell you is you hadn't duck hunted long enough. Kill him, greenhead!
Kill him!
That's a little close, a little tight, up and personal.
A little too close. In the hole. Get them. Widgeon.
That's how you do it right there. Bring them right in. Put them on the ground. That goes in the gumbo pot.
Nice greenheads this time of year.
So we get the white spread set out, get all the e-call speakers out, the rotaries, we got it all. We started out what we thought was gonna be a goose hunt, shooting snows and specks and lesser Canadas, but it turned into a duck hunt. I was on one, and all of a sudden this object appears in my vision right here, and it's the dead duck he shot. Literally 3 feet from me. Scared me, I didn't know what happened. Wow.
Go ahead. Oh, I think you got double teamed there.
Oh man, we're having fun now. I love Canada. Man, what a duck hunt it was. It was fast and furious. There were times where we didn't even have time to reload. We got set up with this white rig with the e-calls, intending to have a goose shoot, but it's turned into a greenhead shoot, which is not all bad. So.
Kill it! Oh man, shouldered my gun right to my call. So we're here in Southwest Saskatchewan right now. Our season opens September 1st here. For residents, non-residents, it opens on the 10th of September. This area holds huge numbers of specks. We've got lots of lessers that move through. We've got greater Canadas, snow geese, and Ross geese. Lots of blues mixed in within those snows.
Get up. Oh, solid. Did it. What's the deal? Oh, malfunction. That hurts my feelings when I do that. I thought I had it loaded. That's twice. There won't be a third time.
We're right in the nesting grounds here. If you look on Ducks Unlimited production maps, this area is an extreme production area for mallards and pintails and other species of ducks, but primarily pintails in this area. And it's just right in the heart of it here, prairie pothole region. Lots of great habitat for breeding and produces huge numbers of ducks.
Get them. These clouds are just keeping them right on the cusp. They just can't quite finish. But I mean, you know, those are 25-yard shots, which is not bad, but try to get them a little closer.
Hey, on.
We'll pick them out however we got to do it, whites, dark, ducks, whatever.
It just worked out perfect. We actually did end up getting quite a few specks and some snows, but it was primarily turned into a duck hunt, which was my bag. I like that.
To keep up with all the hunting action, check us out on the web. You're watching Drake's Migration Nation Season 8, powered by Hydra Trek.
We're having us a heck of a duck shoot, and all of a sudden, here come the geese. Specks, snows, lesser Canadas, you name it, they were there.
Get them. Shoot him. Quick draw. Quick draw. Get him. Well, we set up on this wheat field this morning where the birds were yesterday, and there's still a ton of birds, but this gray stuff, these clouds, aren't helping us at all, even hunting a white rig. They just won't center. They try to skirt to either side of us, but we're plucking them off little by little, you know, getting some ducks, some snows, some specks. There's just an incredible amount of birds. We'll stick with it and see what we can do.
The weather wasn't real favorable for the kind of hunting we were doing. We had cloud cover, no wind. The birds just wouldn't center. They wouldn't finish exactly like we wanted them to, but yet we still had great shots, easy pass shots that had no issues at all shooting our birds, even at 25 yards.
Oh, that's a green. Yeah, that's what I saw there. Had to identify, man. I know it's quick and all that, but you should have just batted him with the barrel. Get up! Second shot redemption. All right, well, we finished out on our specs. We lack a couple of ducks to finish on them, but you know, we're good. Not gonna be greedy. We're gonna go in, get us something to eat, get all this stuff picked up first, and then go get us a bite to eat, then put a plan together for this afternoon, do a little scouting, see what we can find for tomorrow.
Daryl's Outfitter Service is based out of Cambridge, Saskatchewan, which is northwest of Swift Current, about 45 minutes. Very remote area, very few places to stay or eat, so we just roughed it. We stayed in a little hotel there in Cambridge and ate what we had available, didn't drive back and forth to the big city. So we just enjoyed having the peace and quiet of a small town. The people are great, offered everything we asked for, they offered it up with no issues.
To keep up with all the hunting action, check us out on the web. Season 8 of Drake's Migration Nation is powered by Hydra Trek, Rio Ammunition, share the experience, Mojo Outdoors, it ain't magic if it ain't Mojo, Boss Drives, Take Charge, Prodigy Boats, and by Drake Waterfowl Systems, innovators in waterfowl hunting.
Sticking a white rig in the ground.
Today's setup here, basically we're hunting a mixed bag here, specs, some lessers, some snow geese, and there should be some ducks in around the area. So we're gonna build this rig here to try to shoot the specs right on top of the blinds. The snow is just a little above us in front, and get the ducks right in the hole as well. So we're just building up the area here to hide the hunters, and it's gonna be hiding in white suits. So we're building that little big ball just where we're gonna sit back from the hide to kind of confuse the birds looking around with the white suits on. They won't know what where the hunters are hiding here. So.
Well, that's the way to start it off. Here on the second day in Saskatchewan, Canada, running another white rig. A lot of ducks, a lot of geese. We don't know if this is gonna work we got bodies of water on either side of us. They didn't actually roost, but they use it as a wash. So hopefully we'll be able to get some of these birds that are trading back and forth. We're just we're doing a flight line thing, just playing the flight. There is a lot of activity and a lot of new birds coming in from the north. And you heard me say that right. It's the 3rd day of November and we still have birds migrating from the north. So it's, it's gonna be up to them to do what they need to do. We just need them to participate. And we're tired of these window shoppers. We're ready for birds to do their thing, come in and buy this rig. They're not being so friendly. When I called Daryl on the way up, he told me that the birds were acting a little funny going water to water, from big water to little water, and we had to figure out a plan. And the thing was, we get set up on a place that has little potholes or just little sheet water places. Those birds can go anywhere they want to. So you really have to direct them right into where you are, whether it be with decoy placement, concealment, calling, whatever it is. So we figured it out, and it took us a bit, but once we got it down pat, everything was good. They came from a distance, and we gave them some assistance. Brought them right in, cut them down. That sun's gonna get in their eyes here in a little bit. Game over. I love it when the sun and the wind are at my back.
Long shoot up there.
You know, as the migration goes further south, they run into more flooded agriculture where people set up blinds, pits, whatever to hunt out of. Whereas up here, very seldom will you hunt over water because of the vast amount of food that these birds have access to. So they learn to roost on big water, go feed, and then jump on little water. They don't go back to the big roost, or they'll just leave the big roost and go to the little roost and figure out where they're gonna go from there. And that's where Daryl came in and figured that out for us and got us on the exact spot where we needed to be. Well, we got it set up on this field in hopes that we could get birds come off this water. They played their little reindeer games on us, so we're gonna regroup and go in, get us a bite real quick, go scout, try to find us something for this afternoon.
Yeah, so we're based off of a system here where we have scout vehicles on the road, multiple ones, and they're out scouting specific zones, looking for hunts, and they obtain the permission on them, and the next day we get out there
Usually the person who scouted it will guide you in the morning, set you into the field, and put you on the spot.
I learned early on that a waterfowler, you can't just sit and wait for birds to come to you. You got to go to them. It's part of being mobile. Develop a network. Get to meet people, know people, regardless if it's on social media, whatever. Find people who are in different parts of the country that may be able to help you out. Because one day they may call upon you to help them. And I called upon a friend, Daryl Gilbert, in Canada to help me, and he did just that. This week, we made Canada our part of the migration nation.
That's one thing about old Trey. He's definitely not afraid to go to where the birds are. He keeps a close watch on bird movements during the season, and I think that's a contributor to why he has continued success in the migration nation.